Google Shopping ads versus performance ads for online stores. Which campaign type works better for online stores? Which is more effective? In this video, I'm going to explain what is Google Shopping ads, what is Performance Max, what are the pros and cons of each ad type, and which one should you choose if you're an online store owner, regardless if you are a Shopify store owner or WooCommerce store owner. Hi, I'm Clarice Lin, the ROI doctor who helps small businesses and online stores double the store traffic and sales by getting on Google and YouTube page 1. Today I'm going to talk about Google ads, specifically these two ad types, which is the standard Google Shopping ads and the Performance Max. This is not a demonstration video where I show you how you can set up those campaigns and how to optimize. I'm just here to provide a bird's eye view, to provide the pros and cons of each different ad type, so you as the store owner can make the best decision for yourself and decide which is the best option for you to drive more traffic and sales for your store. If you don't really just want to focus on Google ads, you want to learn of different ways to drive traffic to your store as well, you can check out one of my free downloads, which is the Shopify Marketing Guide, link in the description and pinned comment, where I go into the pros and cons of the different ways of driving traffic and sales for your store, so you can make the decision for yourself, which is the best option for you. Don't forget to download that. What is Google Shopping ads? It is a search campaign type where a user would go to Google and you'll type in the keywords. Presumably, they want to buy a product, and Google will show them the product in the form of a carousel post, meaning you'll see the image and a product title. This ad type will typically show on the top row of the Google search results. This is how it looks like, as well as if someone goes to the Google Shopping tab and searches for a product, this is how it will look like at the top of the search results. Google Shopping ad campaign is a great campaign type, specifically targeting shoppers or browsers who are looking to buy a product. Typically, the ads will be shown to them if they're doing a research, looking for different options, and they want to quickly be able to have a good glance without going through the text. How does a Google Shopping ad campaign works? Google generates product ads based on your product information that you have submitted and proceed to show your products based on what users are searching for. You don't get to decide who to show your ads to, so Google will decide based on the keywords that you have submitted in your product information. However, you can choose which country or which city to run your shopping ad campaign in, and you can also decide on the ad schedule, which time of the day, and you can also decide how you want your ad budget to be spent, whether it is by conversion or conversion value. What is the Performance Max ad campaign? Performance Max is a 7-in-1 ad campaign that allows you to show ads across all of 7 Google's properties. They are Search, Shopping Ad, Google Maps, YouTube, Gmail, Display Ads, and Discover. Performance Max is also an evolved version of the old Smart Shopping and the Local Campaigns ads. Previously, advertisers who were using the Smart Shopping and the Local Ad campaign have all been migrated to these Performance Max campaigns. How does Performance Max ad campaign works? When you set up a PMax campaign, Performance Max for short, what you do is you put in all your assets, you put in the text, you put in the description, you put in your pictures, you put in all of this assets and information when you're setting up the ad. Google pulls all of this information and assets that you have submitted and automatically generates ads for you. At the same time, you decide your own ad budget, which country you want to show to or which groups of audience you want to show your ads to. And of course, you define your own ad goal, which most of you as a store owner would define it as a purchase. What it means is that Google will then run your campaign, and as more and more people gets to know about your products through those promotional ads and starts to buy from you, Google starts to know who are these people who want to buy from you and be able to search for more of those people to show your ads to, and over the course of time starts to know who exactly should they show your ads to be able to maximize possible conversions or purchases. In a nutshell, Google consolidates all your assets to create customized, compelling ads across all of Google's 7 channels. Now let's dive into the details. What are the pros of PMax? Advantage number 1 of having a PMax campaign. By creating one PMax campaigns, you're reaching a wider group of audience through 7 different Google's channels without having to create multiple campaigns. If you're a one-man band, you have no one to help you, and you're a beginner to Google Ads, and you don't really have anyone to ask, perhaps PMax might be the answer for you. Basically, it means that you don't have to create multiple campaigns to target audience across the different Google's channels, and you need less time to monitor and optimize those campaigns as well. Advantage number 2 of PMax campaigns: automated ad creation and optimization. After you set up PMax campaigns, you need to create the different ad types because it needs different formats for the different platforms. Instead of having to design all your ad, Google will tell you what are the information you need to be able to put up your ads across all the different channels. This goes down to submitting the different title for your ad if it's a text format, a description, how many images you need to submit. So Google will have multiple alternatives to mix and match and come up with ad combination to test and see which one gets the best results. As well as running YouTube ad, Google will also ask you to submit a video and you can put it up. So you don't have to set your ad budget for each of these different campaigns or for these different platforms. You submit one budget and you'll be able to show your ads across the 7 different platforms. As you can see, basically you just submit all the information, Google produces all the ads for you, and it will start running on all the different platforms. You don't have to build the ads yourself, and you save time and effort to build each different individual ad type. Advantage number 3 of PMax ad campaigns: your ad campaign optimization is totally fully automated. What you do at the start of the campaign is you craft out and submit all the titles, all the texts, the images, and the videos. And Google puts all of them together and produces those ads. And you decide yourself how much money you want to put in. So Google will use your ad budget and run different tests, and which one, depending on what's the results you want to be. If you want to be optimizing for conversions, so conversions could be like someone who clicks through the ad, or you can be optimizing for purchases or purchase value. So if there are certain products which are selling better than the other, then Google can decide to show more of those ads instead. What you do is you put in all your requirements, Google will do everything for you and give you the best results and the best run for your ad budget. It all sounds fantastic, isn't it? Running a Performance Max campaign seems to be the right answer for everything. It's the dream of all online store owners, right? Well, hang on a minute. There are a couple of disadvantages. Disadvantage of running Performance Max campaign. Number 1, lack of control. Performance Max is like a black box. You can't control anything. Even if you feel that there are certain ads that you want to run more, you want to put more money in that particular ad campaign, you can't do that. What you tell Google is Google will decide who to show your ads to. Full stop. So you don't decide like, I want to allocate maybe 50% to shopping ad budget, 20% to the YouTube ad budget. No, you can't. Basically, you're giving everything that's all out of your control to Google when you set up the performance ad campaign. Disadvantage number 2 of running PMax campaigns: lack of reporting insights. As I mentioned earlier, it's a 7-in-1 campaign that shows your ads across the different platforms. However, you don't have visibility to which of your platforms is your ad running best on. You don't know how much budget is allocated to each of these campaigns. So you can't decide for yourself. Let's say if you don't agree with what Google has decided for you, you can't make any changes. And you don't have any clue either. You can't do any fine-tuning yourself. If you have certain products that has higher margins or you have lower margins, so for those lower margin products, maybe you don't want to be running ads for those, but you can't make any changes or exclusion within a PMax campaign, even though shopping campaigns is part of the PMax campaigns. Disadvantage of running PMax campaigns for your store: if you're not putting enough budget into your PMax campaigns, then you are not able to see the best results. Think about this. If you are putting only $10 per day or $20 per day, and you're trying to run an ad campaign across the 7 different platforms, and you have loads of products, what happens is that Google is unable to show your ads to the right people. Before the Performance Max campaign can see significant results, first the algorithm needs to learn to show your ads to the right groups of people. So Google's algorithm needs to learn how the ads will perform, which people would click on it. So what they do is they will show to a group of people they think could be interested, but if they don't click on it, then they will have to show to more people until they find the right groups of people who click on your ads. So once they find that right groups of people, they're able then to replicate the success of those clicks and then start showing to more of those people who actually have clicked on your ads or might have bought something from your store. If you're not putting enough money into this Performance Max campaign, then Google's algorithm is unable to truly learn who is the group of audience for you. They'll show to the wrong people, you're not going to be able to see any success because the budget has run out for the day. If the algorithm needs a couple of weeks or at least a week or two to figure out, but your budget is so low that it's unable to locate the right people, then the Performance Max campaign will never perform at all to your satisfaction. So let's say if you're a beginner to Google Ads and you're a new store owner and you don't have a budget and you think PMax is the right answer for you, well, that's where you are wrong. It's good for a brand if you have enough money in the pockets for PMax to start performing and start showing across the different platforms. That's good, but you can't expect results right at the beginning of the campaign. You need some time to see the results. It sometimes takes up to 2 or 3 months before you can see results from your PMax campaigns. Although PMax campaigns is good for a beginner or for someone who is a one-man band who don't have time to learn about Google Ads, you don't have any knowledge of Google Ads, you want to use PMax, you want to start dipping your toe into the water to understand and try to drive traffic to your store, well, it's a good place to start if you don't understand about the different ad types and how they work. So having that, I can see where it could be helpful for you. But if you don't even have the budget in the first place, don't even try PMax, because PMax only works well if you are putting the right budget in. With the right amount of budget, then they're able to start showing the ad to the right groups of people, new people, to introduce them to your brand and products across 7 different platforms. PMax not only attracts people who are maybe ready to buy, they are also targeting people who might not be ready to buy. They're doing their research yet, so you have to be patient to see the results coming in. Now that I've gone through the pros and cons of the Performance Max campaigns, I hope now you have a better idea of how it works without going through the nitty-gritty detail. And next, I want to analyze the pros and cons of the shopping ad campaigns for a Shopify store owner or an online store owner. Advantage number 1 of the shopping ad campaign. The ads will be shown to customers who are looking to buy a product. It will be shown as product ads, specifically on the shopping ad tab or on the top of the Google search results. You are basically only showing your ads on the shopping platform of Google instead of for PMax where you are showing across the 7 different platforms. And most of the time you might realize that people who click on your shopping ads, they are more likely to convert within a shorter period of time. Advantage number 2 of the standard shopping campaign. Have a higher control over the ad performance. Other than deciding on your ad budget, you can decide as well which product ad you want to put more money against. So Google will show more of the ad more often to more people and put less ad budget against other products you might not necessarily want to be showing for. Let's say if your product A, where the shopping ad campaign has optimized and have found people who have decided to buy, and coincidentally, this product has a very high margin, what you can do is to allocate a little bit more budget to that particular product ad instead of allocating it equally for all your different products. And of course, that also means that you have higher visibility on how each of your product ad itself is performing, which one is getting more traffic. Let's say if you have certain products which doesn't seem to be doing so well, you can do your own tweaking and improve on the product title or choose a different image for the product ads that are not doing so well. So essentially, you can control the ad performance from beginning to end. Advantage number 3 of the standard shopping ad. That is product ads, particularly Google Shopping ads, tend to have a much better conversion, or there's a higher likelihood of getting customers who want to buy an items and who are more ready to buy. By focusing on shopping ads, you are focusing on looking for customers who are looking to buy something, wanting to buy something or researching to buy something. And if you have awesome, attractive product images that really highlight the benefits of your products, and when someone looks at it and wants to click on it, that increases your chances when you're doing shopping ads. Because we know that most people, when they are buying something, they want to really have a good look of how the product looks like, or how do you expect the product to be looking like. If they're not getting a visual view of the product itself, then it's really difficult for them to decide to part with their money, especially if the product is of a higher price point. So all in all, product ads will be a much better option for you if you're an online store selling products that people can touch and buy and use. And now I've gone through the 3 advantages of shopping ad campaign. You must be wondering, are there any disadvantage of using standard shopping ad? Yes, there are. So disadvantage number 1, if you have poor product images, you didn't hire a professional photographer to take attractive, appealing visuals of your products, then this ad type will not work for you. Because if you have really poor ad, people will think that this is of a low quality product and they are less likely to click on it. So if you have poor product images, then you will have poor ad performance. So shopping ad is not the best option for you. Disadvantage number 2, if you're new to Google Ads, you're new to Google Shopping Ads, you're a one-man band, you don't have all the time in the world to be monitoring your ad performance, you don't have time to tweak and optimize your performance, then this could be a time-consuming effort for you. You don't know what to optimize, you don't really know what to do. So you might find that this is a very difficult project to manage, and you might not be able to drive the right traffic to your store. Disadvantage number 3 of running a Google Shopping ad. It might even be difficult for you to start setting up in the first place. Most people have challenges trying to set up this Google Shopping ad campaign because one of the prerequisites for Google is to make sure that your store is trustworthy, it's a legit store, and many people struggle with getting their Google Merchant Center approved before they can set everything up. So this could be a huge obstacle for you to start in the first place. Whereas if you're running Google Search ad, you don't really need to set up a Google Merchant Center account. You can start straight away with a Google Ads account. As you can see, Google Shopping ad has its advantage of being able to reach people who are wanting to buy a product, but at the same time, it has the challenges of needing effort and time to learn how to optimize or how to set everything up. So it has its pros and cons. But I would say if you're a one-man band, you want to try your hand at PMax, you don't want to spend time in the process of optimizing everything, then maybe PMax could be the answer for you. But if you're really focused on wanting to reach shoppers who want to buy a product, then Google Shopping Ads is the way forward. Even spending time to learn how it works or working with someone who can help you to get your shopping ads campaign up and running. In terms of running a successful PMax campaign, you want to be dedicating at least $20 per day to be able to start seeing some results and to be able to start collecting ad data and for the algorithm to be able to learn who to show your ads to. In contrast, if you are allocating $20 as well for your shopping ad campaign, you're more likely to see better results and better gain in return. So in terms of ad budget management, you are putting $20 per day to target people who are more likely to buy within a shorter period of time versus showing across different platforms. It does make a lot of sense if you choose to go with shopping ad. Personally, if I was a Shopify store owner or online store owner, I'll definitely go for shopping ads instead of PMax because I feel that if you're starting out and if you have some budget, it makes much more sense to reach people who are already deciding to buy, but then you need to put in a little bit more budget to be able to see results taking place. If you find that all of this running Google ads is too overwhelming for you, maybe you can consider running Facebook ads instead as well. That's also the other option that you can consider. You can check that out in my video where I talk about Google search ad versus Facebook ads. That's the video right there, link in the top right corner of the screen. So if you're confident after watching this video to go ahead with Google Shopping Ads and you want to get the best results, you might also want to check out a couple of my other videos as well where I teach you how you can optimize your product titles and your product description so you are submitting as much information as well in your product feed so you can get the best results for your Google Shopping Ads. So check that video out, how to optimize your product title, best way to optimize that, link the top right hand corner, and how to craft your description for your products as well so you can maximize Google clicks. Check that video out as well. If paid ads is not an option for you now, you definitely want to download my Shopify marketing guide, link in the description and pinned comments, where I go into the free and paid ways, the pros and cons of each different types, and which one to choose for your store. Don't forget to download the free PDF I have for you. If you have budget and you need someone professional to help you to manage and optimize your campaign to be able to see results and conversions, purchases for your store, you can get in touch. The link in the description and pinned comments. I work with Shopify store owners, online store owners like yourself to raise the visibility of your products on Google Ads. And if you enjoyed this video and found it useful, remember to give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss future videos on how to double your traffic and sales by getting on Google and YouTube page 1. I'm Clarice Lin, the ROI Doctor, signing off. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.